And we're live.
Doom, 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 doom. What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. Thursday, WNBA Talk with Jay, man. I'm your host, Jay Money. We got our guy, Ski Profit. We got our guy, Ronald Cabang, aka U Capper as well, man. My brothers, man. We're trying to get some cash for ourselves, for you guys every single day. We appreciate y'all for tuning into the show. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, man. All three of our channels. You dig what I'm saying? But Ski, what's up with you, my brother? Everything cool with you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. WNBA's been kind of nice to me lately. I went 2-0 yesterday. I think the day before that I went 2-1-1 or something like that, and had a winning day before that. So try to keep it going.
Let's keep it going today, my brother. What's up with you, Ronald? Everything cool with you, my guy?
Yeah, everything's real good right now. Baseball and MLB really doing well right now. So yesterday 2-0 too. So hopefully we keep cashing.
I like it. I like it, man. Let's keep that shit going today, guys. We got 3 games. I'll tell you, it's not really smart from the WNBA to have them all on at the same time. But hey, that's
Yeah.
not in my that ain't up to me. We cap the games. We try to put some money down on it. We're trying to go back to the sports book and pick up that cheddar. You see what I'm saying? Let's get straight to it, guys. First game up, we heading over here to the streets of Seattle, guys. We got the Storm laying 2.5 points at the house versus the Minnesota Lynx, and this one little revenge spot here for the Seattle Storm, little home and home, right? They did just. I had the Lynx last game. I told you they finna come out there and smack
You did.
ladies up. You see what I'm saying? But this is the revenge spot for the Storm in this one, guys. What do you think, Ski? Do you think that it's that simple? We just take the team that just lost the last one, or or can they stop Collier this time around? Because she went bunkers on the ass, 33 points last game. Ski, how you looking at this game, my brother?
Yeah, this is my least favorite game, and I feel the same way as I felt last time. I don't want to lay points with either one of these teams. I don't look at them as that kind of a deal. So with that said, the Lynx been playing pretty solid basketball. I probably just lean towards them plus the small points here. As far as the total is concerned, the last one was extremely high scoring, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that we get that same outlook here in this game. The Storm, they know they got to play a lot better defense if they're going to be in a game, and they've shown maybe in like the past 2 weeks that they're a little bit capable of playing that defense. So I'll lean towards the under in that game and lean towards the Lynx just because I don't want to lay with either one of these teams.
I was gonna say the same shit. I'm not looking towards land points with the Storm like ever.
Yeah.
I know they're at the house. I know it's revenge spot. Ronald, the line is moving their way. What do you think? Do you think? I know it's your hometown squad, but you also keep telling me that you think they should tank. I mean,
I think they should. I mean, I
these the
personally
type
I
of
think they
games.
should, but they're not. But I think what I've seen so far is how they come back after losses, especially at home. One thing that I noticed in the last 5 games, they kept their opponents under their team total 5 straight games after a loss at home. That's the situation they're in today. Obviously, these two teams played. A couple of days ago. Lynx took over that game, went way over, like Ski said. And the thing about the Lynx, though, after a win this season, they haven't won a lot, but after wins this season, they've gone under the next game and under their team total as well in all 4 of those games. A lot of things to me pointing towards that team total under on the Lynx side. Like you guys, I can't really trust the Storm here to lay the points, but for the most part, I feel like this is a prime letdown spot on the Lynx side. You got the travel, you got them coming off of a win, the Storm coming off of a loss. So a lot of things aligning for me to take the Lynx to go under their team total today.
Yeah, no, it's a good point there. I don't have any thoughts on the total, to be honest with you, like none whatsoever. Usually what we see when two teams have a high scoring game and they play the next game, you usually see the defensive adjustments here. But I'll tell you simply put, I'm not laying points with the Storm. I think a lot of their Storm, I think a lot of their success coming on covering the spreads is when they're huge underdogs. Now you're asking them to win the game to cover the spread. See what I'm saying? I don't even agree with the way it's going. It was like 1.5, 2 last night. It's up to 2.5. Money coming in on the Storm. I don't agree with it. One thing I noticed, I am revenge game Jay, and I love that shit. But one thing I noticed in WNBA, when you're the better team, you're just a better team. It doesn't matter about the revenge spot, the next game, all that shit, man. So I still lean Lynx here once again. I think if this team is trying to make the playoffs this year, which they are, they have a veteran head coach. They didn't have a good year last year. You see what I'm saying? They're starting to play a little bit better every single game. They got I know Tiffany Mitchell's still out, but they got Diamond Miller back. She came back, played played 30 minutes, balled
Yeah.
out. I think the Lynx get the win again, to be perfectly honest with you guys. I don't love it enough to say I'm a betting, but if I'm betting this game, I'm going Lynx on the money line. I think they go 2-0 versus this Storm team. Like I said in the last show, they were playing a ton of tough teams, man. The Aces, the Sparks, the Sun, the Fever, the Mystics. See what I'm saying? They were still hanging with them. They beat the Sparks 3 times already this year. So they've shown that just because it's a revenge game doesn't mean that they're about to lay down to you. They showed us that versus the Sparks twice already. So I think the Lynx could get it done here. If I'm betting this game, it's Lynx on the money line. I don't give a damn what happens with the total here. I might end up sprinkling on the Lynx here once again, guys. I think the Lynx are the far better team. They should not be a dog here, in my opinion. Lynx are nothing for me here, guys. Let's get to the next game over here. Let's go over here to the streets of Phoenix in this one, guys. We got the Mercury getting 2.5 points. They ain't laying no damn points. Mercury getting 2.5 at the house versus the Indiana Fever. Yeah, no, you got it right. I tripped out real quick. But Fever laying 2.5 on the road. Mercury been playing horrible, guys. Ski. This is the second game with the fire, with fire coach Angle or whatever. They did come out and have at least somewhat success versus the Wings, but Wings went on that run in the fourth quarter. I don't think the final score was indicative of how that game went, guys. Let me put it that way. But Ski, what do you think? Is this the game that the Mercury will bounce back? Well, we know Fever the better team, but Mercury, they are playing with some desperation here, Ski. How you looking at this game?
They're playing with some desperation. They should got to win the last game, in my opinion. This
Wings
is just
was
not a good
desperate
team.
too, Ski. The Wings were desperate too.
They just not good. They need a point guard. They need Skylar Diggins-Smith, somebody who can control the ball, stop them from turning the ball over, get everybody open shots. Because it's not a whole lot of people who can create for others. And when they try, they just give the ball up. So I'm not betting on a team like that. I already see what's going on. I saw it last year when Skylar was out. I'm not doing it, bro. I get that the Fever, you hear me say this all the time too. I don't want to lay points with them. Last time they were laying to the Dream went in there and smoked them. As bad as the Mercury have been, and with the Fever having rest advantage and the Fever having more rest after this game, I think that they can go all out. They've been playing better basketball than the Mercury lately. They've been covering. So I think that, this is one instance where they can go ahead and get the win by margin, or at least a little margin. I'm just not gonna put my money on it, but if I had to, Fever.
Yeah, Ronald. I wanted to take Fever here, but I don't like spot. I think the over. I think this way I've been looking at the Mercury. I know they'll work on defense, but I think that's where it is, Ski. The offense picked up last game, even though they only scored 62. That's not indicative. They had some easy buckets, some transition points. The defense is absolute ass, Ronald. The Mercury defense is ass. I think the Fever can get whatever they want. And on the flip side, the Fever not the greatest defensive squad as well. They kind of be focused a little bit more offense. I think this one soars over the 161.5, Ronald. What do you think?
Yeah, I do like the over. I like the over in this fight here. A lot of things pointing in that direction, and just the Fever in general. Like you guys too. I think you mentioned this before, Jay, in one of the other shows. Is the Fever on the road? They've been killing it. 7-1-1 against the spread now. 6-3 to the over. Also 7-2 to their team total over in those road games here. So they just perform well. I think they just kind of exceed the expectations of the line makers for the most part. I kind of see that same thing here again, more so on the team total than the side. I like you guys. I kind of want to wait to see what kind of other changes the Mercury do with the coaching change, as far as like taking the spread or fading them on the spread. But as far as the team total goes, I think I trust the Fever to do their part offensively. They did go under in the previous game, I think, and following under games 4-0 to their over and team total over as well. So that aligns for the Fever going over the team total. On the Mercury side, they've struggled defensively, like you guys said. 8-4-1 opponents are 8-4-1 to their team total over so far this season. They've struggled as dogs. 1-8 straight up, 1-8 against the spread. So I can't talk anyone off taking the Fever, right? To win or win by margin. But for me, most of the things are pointing towards the Fever team total over. I really trust that a little bit more so than anything else.
That's a great point, Ronald. It's one of those things where you're taking the team total with the team that you think is going to have success. You don't care if they win the game or not. You just need them to get to a certain point total there, Ronald. So I like that look there because, like I said, I kind of had this game circled. I'm like, I know the Fever are going to lose both games versus the Aces, right? But they should go 2-2 on this road trip. We took them versus the Storm. They smacked them up. This is the other very winnable game on this road trip. It's just, y'all know me, man. Y'all know my style. I don't like going against the desperation. I did did notice a little something from the Mercury playing a little bit better last game. They lost by 15, guys, but that was maybe mainly in that fourth quarter. That was a 4-point game, if I'm not mistaken, going into the fourth quarter, and they'll win. I know it was a close game, and then they just went on the Wings, went on a run. Mercury kind of just like they were deflated, but this team has lost 6 straight games, 0-6 against the spread, last 6 as well. At some point, that desperation is going to come through, guys. I love the Fever. They've been balling, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Fever did drop this one, but more so, I do think this game goes over, Ron. I think it correlates with your Fever playing this, because if the Mercury do win, they're still going to give up the points. It just means that they're scoring well here. I think I might end up playing the over 161.5.
Real
I think
quick, Jay, I did try to. I was kind of going back and forth with the Fever team total and the Mercury, and I mean just the full game over in general. There's a trend that I have here: home teams who failed to cover in 5 straight games, 17-4 to the over since 2015. So a lot of things point to the full game over as well. I think I saw Sophie Cunningham. Someone mentioned it too here. Sophie Cunningham is going to be back, so that's going to help out the offense a lot. So I might end up. I already took the Fever team total over, but I might end up just going and adding to the full game over, like you mentioned.
I think the over the spot, bro. I think the Fever, they're going to get buckets. Aaliyah Balson, Alyssa Smith, Kelsey Mills. They got some ballers over there, but they're not always locked in defensively, in my opinion, and coming off games versus the Aces. If you could put up 80 and 88 versus the Aces, you could put up 90 versus this Mercury team, man. We might see a score like that Lynx and Storm game the other day, Ski. What do you think about possibly the over here, bro? I feel like this is kind of like that stock number, right? Somewhere around 160. I think both of these teams kind of get up and down tonight, Ski. What do you think about possibly that over 161.5?
Yeah, I could go for that. I was looking at that Fever team total. I see it's 82.
82.
Just thinking about the Mercury and just looking at some game logs now. Entire month of June, they've held one team, which was just the last game they played, under 82 points. Like they're playing absolutely no defense. How can you not think that way? So I might get there, put a little small play on the team total over in that one. But I had a question for you here, Jay. Like, what are the Mercury desperate to do? They're not making the playoffs. Like,
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna just tell you, I watched the game. They seemed like they came to play. Now, I think it was because they ran into the Wings, and the Wings are 1-5 their last 6 games. If it was like anybody else, or like if it was any other team in a regular spot where they weren't as desperate, I think the Mercury would have won that game. They got down big to start. They clawed their way back. If I'm not mistaken, they came back and took the lead as well. It was just a horrible fourth quarter. Wings locked in. Mercury didn't have that second gear. But remember, new coach, new energy in there. I see that she kind of tinkered with the starting lineup. I believe it's like Brianna Turner or something like that, or I don't remember her name, but I saw a different feel for the team out there. They seem like they came to ball. This is the second game. They're one of these games they're about to win. Like the new coach can't continue to look bad. You see what I'm saying? So I do sense a little jolt of energy for them. They did already beat the Fever as well at the house. I remember they were down in that game and came back and won. That one also went over. So like I say, I want to take the Fever here, bad, Ski, but I do have this feeling that the Mercury, one of these games, they're going to win. This could be a prime spot here with the last game of a 4th-game road trip for the Fever as well. Fever, the better team, but I don't know. I'm just saying, Ski, I watched the game, and I feel like this could be a spot, but I'd like the over more than trying to mess with a side, to be honest with you, Ski. But I'm not betting the Mercury, my guy. I'm just telling you what I know, what I see, and I feel like one of these games with the new coach, they're going to fucking come to play and put up 90 points, and I think it's going to be this one, my guy. So I do like the over 161.5 more than any side here, Ski. Did I answer your question?
Yep.
All right, let's do it, man. Let's get to the game of the day. This is a game. You see what I'm saying? We got the Aces. Let's go over here to the streets of LV in this one, man. We got the Aces. Laying 6.5 points at the house versus the New York Liberty in this one, guys. I'll be honest, it's not the best of spots for the Liberty here, Ski. I must say, I'm one of them people that think the Liberty can hang with the Aces. I'm one of them people. You see what I'm saying? Not many people think that they can win the championship this year, but I think the Liberty go get this shit done. Aces are this is the dream team here, Ski. What are we doing here? They're laying probably the shortest number they've laid all year at the house. They're undefeated at the house. The spot back some, Ski. Are you backing the Aces today, my brother?
I'm looking more towards the total. I just watching both of these teams play. You know the Aces are comfortable playing up tempo and they got enough bucket getters to put the ball in the basket. 5 of their last 6 games have cleared the first half number for today. And the Liberty, they've found that chemistry. Their offense has been moving right along and they're playing with pace as well. So before they go into halftime and make defensive adjustments, I think you take advantage and get in on that first half over 87.5.
Ronald, what you man? I got some thoughts on this game. Ronald, I want you to go first, my brother. What do you
Yeah,
what do
yeah.
you think happens here?
Yeah, I was looking towards the full game over, but we talked a little bit earlier or chatted a little bit earlier. Ski kind of pointed me to the direction of the first half over too. I think that's the way to go in this one. What's his name? Austin Wang brought up a trend about the I think it was OT a couple of games ago, coming off a couple of wins. Those have been going under on the full game for the most part. When I looked at that trend, most of the first halves were more higher scoring. So I'm probably gonna stick with that. The first half over for the most part. I think Dolson being out helps the pace for the Liberty. And then you kind of stay like what Ski said. You kind of stay away from the first half or the second half defensive adjustments. Also, the fact that there could be some travel fatigue on the Liberty side. The other thing is, if I don't think this happens, but if for some reason that first half does go under, I would probably take the second half over because that would tell me that the Liberty probably reserves some energy to close out this game because they would probably want to win this one. A high profile game. They want to show up against the Aces here. But for the most part, I think that first half does go over.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, man. I feel like this is one of those games where you got two of the. I mean, this the two best teams in the league right here. I know the Mystics, I know the Sun are on their heels, but I think this is the two best teams right here. If you look at the prices for the futures, they got these two teams as the favorite to be in the finals. You know what I'm saying, unless there's some major injury, these two will be in the finals, in my opinion. I think this might be like a playoff game. I don't know what's going to happen with the first half, but I feel like that full game. I feel like the Aces going to come and bring their best defensive effort. We've seen them in turnover spots. Like, all right, come on, let's lock up. You know what I'm saying? I know the Liberty not the best defensive squad, but you got to bring your defense here if you want to have a chance to win the game. I see this being like a playoff style type of game, man. For the full game, I think it goes under. I know it's steadily trickling up. It's even at 175 and a half now, guys. I think that's a lot of like public money coming in. Oh, we're just going to take the over. I think this the other side. I think it's going to go under no matter who covers here. Now, on the side, I'll be honest, guys. We cap basketball, right? And I cap it the same way, no matter who the fuck is playing. It's not the best of spots for the Liberty. This is the fourth straight game when they're in a fifth straight game in a new arena. They only had one day to travel from Connecticut to Las Vegas as well, guys. And 2 games ago they had an overtime game as well versus the Mystics, who can play some really good defense as well, and they kind of struggled there. I kind of just like, I don't even give a damn. I think the Liberty got a shot to win this game. I thought 7.5 was too much. I like to see it coming down to 6.5 as well. I think the Liberty cover this game. I think they're going to have a shot to win. It's a horrible spot for them, guys. So if you don't want to take it, I know people don't like fading the Aces. They're the best team, all that shit. They're undefeated at the house. This might be their first loss at the motherfucking house, my guys. I like the Liberty plus the points, guys. I did sprinkle some on them plus 7.5. I still like the plus 6.5. Not the best of spots, but I still think they can hang with the Aces here. I think this line should be, it sounds crazy, but I think it should be closer to like 3.5. I think these teams are a lot more even than the odds makers will give credit, in my opinion. So I like the Liberty. I like the under. One of them shits cashing for sure, Ski. Any thoughts on that? You know how we do it, Ski, when it's 2 top teams and they, you know what I'm saying, and it's like a big game. You would think this shit would be on national TV. They WNBA tripping with that shit, but whatever, Ski. What do you think? How when 2 top teams meet up in the regular season, it's like a finals preview type shit, and we see like some defense. What do you possibly like for the full game? I know you like the first half over.
In the NBA, that does work a lot. In the WNBA, I don't know. I feel like in general in basketball, I feel like it depends on what kind of team you are. Like in my breakdown, I said this reminds me of when the Aces used to play the Sky. We saw that matchup plenty of times over the years. Every single time, it was extremely high scoring just based on how the 2 teams play basketball. Courtney Vandersloot, she's over on this team from being over there on the Sky. They're playing the same way. It's not going to stop just because they're 2 elite teams. If anything, I think you bet the second half under after halftime adjustments are made.
That's a good point. Yeah, if you guys feel, like you say, Ronald, if you feel like the first half is gonna be over, then you're definitely gonna get a better number with the full game. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about like pregame here. I think the full game under is the side here. I want to fade the steam. Everybody betting over. I think this shit doesn't get past 170. And the first half could go over and it slow down in the second half, Ronald.
Yeah,
But
that
I
definitely
think
could be
this is
the
a
case.
playoff style type of game here, through and through.
Yeah, the other thing to mention too, the Liberty. I mean, because I didn't take the side here, but just to back you here a little bit on the Liberty side, one thing that I noticed in the beginning of the season, they weren't going over their team total because they were kind of you have the names on the team, right? They're one of the top teams in the league as far as you putting the names together. You got Stewie, you got Sabrina, and all that stuff, and they weren't able to get over their team total in like six of the first 7 games or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I talked about on one of the shows that I did with Wager Talk was that they're trying to be like they were trying to be like a Spurs offense, right? Slow it down, half pace team. Half court team. But once they started to pick up the pace, that's when things started to click for them offensively because that's the type of roster that they have. They got Stewie,
Mm-hmm.
they got Sabrina, they got Courtney. I think they tried to implement Jonquel Jones a little bit too much in the beginning of the season. Now she's kind of accepting her role, right? And I think that's done wonders for them and their offense. So that's why I like the over in general with Liberty games more recently. But like I said, Ski kind of talked me into that first half, and that's the way that I'm gonna go.
No, it's a good look there. I know the Liberty not the best defense team. I feel like the Aces are much better defensively, which obviously they can ball offensively as well. But I don't know, man. Especially when the Liberty get all when they start getting on the same page, which they starting to. You see what I'm saying? I feel like the Liberty they can hang with the Aces, man. 6.5 too many. It's an unpopular pick. You guys don't have to take it. You don't have to ride with me, but this is a spot I had circled. When I saw that 7.5. I was just like, I'm putting some on the Liberty. I don't give a damn what happens. I'll shoot or shoot type of day, man. Like Ski always say, I'm taking Liberty plus the points. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see them win this game outright. Hand the Aces their first home loss of the season in this one. I know they don't like to hear that shit in the chat, but the line is going down 7.5 to 6.5. I like the Liberty in this one, guys. I don't give a damn about the spot. None of that shit. I do think they come and play some defense. They know who they're playing. They know what they're trying to get that championship over there. You're going to have to go through the Aces, guys. I like the Liberty a little bit more, but I definitely think Liberty or the under, one of them shits cashing for sure. You can go whichever one you want, but I did take the Liberty for sure, my guys. So I'll go official with the Liberty plus 6.5 in this one, guys. Let's get up out of here. It's time to talk about some our top looks, closing comments, whatever you guys got going over at Wager Talk Ski. What you liking today, my brother? What we cashing with?
First half over, Aces and Liberty. That's the ticket you take to the window and get paid afterwards.
I should do like Ski, man. Put them tickets up on the screen. See what I'm saying?
Oh, they in the other room. Man. Don't trip. They over here.
Well, I got some tickets, man. I put a little parlay in, all type of shit. I put a little personal parlay in. I'll let y'all know what it is. Ronald, what you liking for today, my guys?
Yeah, I think my favorite play today is going to be that Mercury team total over 82. Whether the Fever team total over 82. I think whether the Mercury show up offensively, I think defensively they're just going to continue to struggle. And also, I think Fever's offense is still underrated. I think the books haven't really adjusted properly yet. So that's the way that I'm going to go. Fever team total over 82 there.
I like it. I ain't gonna talk you off, man. I'll show y'all a little parlay. This is not an official pick. I know people love going crazy on parlays and shit, man. This is not an official play. This is something I put some cheddar on, trying to smack the books up. You see what I'm saying? We talked about every single one of the plays on this show. If I got one top play on the card, it's Liberty plus the points, guys. A little parlay, personal parlay that I put on. You see what I'm saying? Lynx. You could take them plus the points or the money line. Obviously, you're gonna get a better line. You get north of like plus 680 if you take the money line, whatever. But Lynx money line over, and then Fever and Mercury, and then Liberty plus the points, or you can take the under. I'll be honest, I put a little something on both parlays. On both of them have over and Lynx on there. One of them has Liberty, the other one has the under. One of them shit's cashing for sure, my guys. So it's just a little parlay. See what I'm saying? Y'all can you can do whatever the fuck you want. I can't tell y'all what to do with your money, my guys, but it's I'm just telling y'all what I sprinkled on. But top player today for me, Liberty plus the 6.5. If you wait till game time, you might go back up to 7. I don't give a damn. I think they win this shit outright, my guys. Let's get this cash, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like the show, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Y'all go follow us on Twitter as well, at Ski Profit, at UCapper Sports, at J Money is Money. We will win today. See what I'm saying? We back next Tuesday, man. If y'all want the picks every day, y'all go follow, get the plays from Ski Ronald over at Wager Talk. See what I'm saying? I'm sending them out to my members channel, but I like the Liberty here, guys. Lions going in my favor. Honorable mentions will be Lynx on the money line, over in the Fever Mercury game, and then the under as well in the Liberty Aces game. Man, hope everybody has a great day. Let's get some cash. We will win. We out, guys. Let's go.